Hey, happy, beautiful, amazing day. Dr. Bob Rakowski here with this week's edition of Motivation Monday. Little background on me. I'm a family man. I have a beautiful wife, three wonderful children. I'm going to turn my clock back to about 2014, and there we are on a South African safari. And I have a wonderful practice where I treat some very elite people as well as ordinary people, as well as people at the end of the spectrum where they feel like they've exhausted every other option and they're kind of desperate. I've also taught doctors around the world over 10,000 hours of continuing education seminars. So I've got a pretty good background in health. But in 2014, I had a little scare that said, you know what, maybe I should have a plan B. We don't need to get into the details of what the scare was, but let's just say it really got my attention. So since we're talking about motivation, motivation is why we choose to do what we do. So I love this quote by Robin Sharma. I think it summarizes how to get motivated. You dream big, you start small, and you act now. And we'll show that the science of motivation or the science of procrastination really supports that simple phrase. So this gentleman's name is Pierce Steele. He's won a lot of awards on his PhD thesis, which took 10 years to research procrastination going back thousands of years. And basically this book about procrastination is how to hack motivation and essentially get ourselves motivated for anything that we want. So here's his motivation equation. Expectancy times value over impulsivity times delay. By the way, I'm going to break that down for you piece by piece, but procrastination just simply means you're not motivated. So you have a low score in that. Motivation, you have a high score. So how do you get motivated? You have to be confident. You have to have a big reward. You have to minimize your distractions. And then you want to get it done fast, or at least faster, maximizes your probability of success. So I've heard the story say, what if I said, well, I'm going to offer you $1 billion to pull this tree out of the ground using your bare hands? Well, that's for most people a pretty good size reward, but your confidence is so low that you'd be able to achieve it that you're not likely to even attempt it. So you want to have some level of confidence. So for this individual, this little bit of a leap, he seems pretty confident in making it. If you knew almost beyond a shadow of doubt that you were going to get it done, you'll certainly attempt it. But this leap, maybe not, right? So low confidence, low action. So what's the difference between confidence and courage? Well, confidence is a high certainty that you're going to get it done. Courage is taking action in spite of danger. So, I like this idea. If you had to walk across a plank, right, that if it was on the ground and it was maybe 20 feet long, you probably wouldn't have much of an issue about that. But what if you had to walk across, a 100-story building? Well, whole different story there, right? You'd need to have plenty of motivation, plenty of why power to take that step. So, just imagine asking someone, do you want cream and sugar with your coffee? Well, if they say no, you're probably not going to take that too personally. Maybe we could get to that with whatever we're asking people. A no is absolutely not the end of the world. And it certainly often means not right now, especially when it comes to opportunity. While we're talking about courage, let's use the word encourage. Basically, when you encourage someone, you make them strong, you hearten them. So wouldn't it be nice to encourage everyone that we know to, act in a direction of their best interest? Now, what's the expected reward? So sometimes a little financial help can actually be a huge reward. And we don't want to underestimate that. Some people feel like they're carrying the weight of the world. And if we can just give them a little boost, that might be a huge reward. And sometimes people just need a little glimmer of hope. And that could be a huge reward. Or let's go to the other end of the spectrum. Maybe people want total life freedom, time freedom, money freedom, location freedom. all the freedoms that we dream about, well, I promise you that is a big expected value. I heard this quote the other day and I really like it. It's hard to sell the dream looking like a nightmare. And then let's just take that a step further. It's even hard to see the dream if you're living a nightmare. So, if someone's in big challenges, maybe don't try to sell them on total freedom. Maybe try to sell them in the idea that we can make things a little better for you. And a little better sometimes can go a long way. So now let's look at this idea of distractibility. It's been said that our smartphones and our social media and our push notifications and email, these are all weapons of mass distraction. And I have to agree, turning off all notifications is estimated to get the average person 1 extra month of year of productivity. Now think about that for a moment. 1 more year of productivity and essentially 1 more year of what you can be rewarded for. 1 more month in 1 year of what you can be rewarded for. So this book, Deep Work by Cal Newport, he says, if you want to do deep work, you've got to reduce your distractions and essentially take them down to 0. I like the 7 C's of success from Tom Morris. And in the middle of those 7 C's, you got to have clarity, you got to have confidence. In the middle is consistent, committed concentration. Then we have character and contentment. But consistent, committed concentration is all about reducing the distractions. Have laser focus on what you want. And here's a quote, success loves speed. So if we start thinking about that equation, and I'll put it back in there, when you reduce the time delay to achieve whatever you're trying to achieve, then you're much more likely to achieve it. So I like this, little wins are the secret to big success. And why not little fast wins? So remember, dream big, start small, act now. We put it into our equation. If we're dreaming big, we have a high expected reward. If we start small, we're going to be more confident of getting it done. So this number is going to be big. If the time to achieve is short, and we're going to act now by eliminating essentially distractions, a big number on the top on a small number on the bottom, that is a huge probability of success and motivation. So another quote for us, if you want to kill a big dream, tell a small-minded person. So there's different mindsets about sharing your dreams. I'm going to say share dreams with people that dream big, that think big, that encourage you, that support you. You may not want to share the big dream with someone that would rain on your parade. By my definition, that would be a small-minded person. And by the way, if you find out someone's a small-minded person, you might want to keep your distance from them. Remember this dream, I have a dream, Martin Luther King, the most famous speech of all time by many people's standards. And here's a quote that ties in with that. If you can accomplish your dreams with just your efforts, then your dreams are not very big. So how about building a winning team? How big a team will you need to build to create your dream life? And these people absolutely know how to help you to build a winning team, to build your dream life. And they literally have centuries combined of success wisdom. That's the kind of group I want to tie into. That is December 11 through 13. And here's your action item. Get back to whoever referred you to this Zoom, and it may just be organo. Go back to them and say, you know what? I want to build my dream life. I want to go pro December 11 through 13. Our team, our partnership has epic savings and bonuses. And we'll wrap it up with my favorite phrase. I'm Dr. Bob Rakowski, absolutely knowing that we can all be happy, healthy, and successful.